All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Azalea Akari, and today we are entering a new league. I have done a full, complete draft in a league called 88 Goals. One of my friends, Central, who I've played against a couple of times. Most notably is my opponent in the first ever match video of this channel. He is one of the moderators of this league. This is so the format for this league is Paldea Dex. We have 110 points to draft 9 to 11 Mons. So this is the team that I came up with these points. So first off, I had the 15th pick in this draft, and I ended up going with my apologies, Meowscarada for my first pick. There's a lot of great Pokemon on the board, including just really good, really strong Tera captains. This league is 2 Tera captains, no point budget, and it's free Tera. So, there's a lot of great Tera Pokemon in this league overall. So, I am not surprised to see Meowscarada drop as far as it did. It's not the end of the world, and I'm very happy. Again, I'm really happy to get Meowscarada. I've loved using this Pokemon a lot. So, yeah. So, yeah, first off, we have Meowscarada. Second up on the list down, we got Iron Treads. As a 15th pick, I only had to go 2 extra picks, the wheel picks, before I went again. I was hoping to get Garchomp. However, Garchomp was picked in the next group of Pokemon, which was, maybe a bit disappointing for me, but overall I wasn't too upset by it. So yeah. Maybe not exactly everything I wanted, but it's okay. Yeah, so Iron Treads next, excellent rapid spinner, just an all-around amazing Pokemon. And very, very excited to get to use Iron Treads in a full season. Next up, I want to get my Dragon-type Pokemon, and I landed on Kyurem. There was the Lottie twins and Kyurem on the board, and I've never gotten to use Kyurem before, so I went ahead and picked it. Which gives me a pretty decent speed tier with 95 speed. And Iron Treads being 106 and Meowscarada being 123. Right off the bat gave me a ton of great speed tiers. And from there I was looking to... Well, actually, I drafted Primarina first because the person with Garchomp had to pick. So I went Primarina as my 3rd pick. Sorry. And then I picked Kyurem next. So a lot of times this stuff here is picked in pairs. And so me landing on Primarina and Kyurem was kind of a pairing. So yeah, Primarina is there. A very strong special attacker. I went from 2 physical attackers to 2 special attackers. So definitely was glad with that. And Kyurem technically has 130 attack as well. So never know when you're gonna need to go physical Kyurem, which, yeah, you really never ever do. You really need him as a physical attacker. Or as a special attacker. But yeah, very happy with my first rounds of picks. I thought about maybe going Tera Primarina, but I landed that Prim's is just a very nice piece to have without Tera. So I could use it, I could use my first Tera slot on my next pick. And I landed on Tera Necrozma. And Tera Necrozma is one of the best. It's probably, I would consider Tera Necrozma the best, I'd say best A tier one of the best A tier Tera captains. There is not an S tier Tera captain. There's definitely a smaller group of like S tier Pokemon that you always want Tera, that you're willing to spend the first round picks on and stuff like that. But Necrozma being picked 5th round as a Tera captain for me definitely was fantastic, and I paired Necrozma with Clodsire. Clodsire being a grounded poison type, and also being a water absorb Pokemon, as well as unaware or poison. Really, it's just water absorb or unaware depending on the week. So Clodsire is really good to stop people from just being able to spawn it, because it just, you know, as it works with unaware, it makes it so it's doesn't, that way it's unaffected by the stat changes of other Pokemon. That can be good or bad depending on it. But yeah, after that I was a bit stuck as to where to go. So with the help of one of my friends who was helping me with my draft, we landed on Urshifu Rapid Strike, which does double up water types, but also gives me a really strong fighting type Pokemon. And I decided to go with Tera, because it's definitely because Necrozma and Kyurem and Meowscarada really want something that's just going to be able to chip away, and Urshifu is really good at chipping away at Pokemon. And so it's great. To me, it's just one of the best Pokemon that I could get at this round, being round 7. And then finally, in this grouping, I initially picked Rotom-Mow, which is really great as a Volt Switcher, and just in general seemed like a good way to deal with water types. But honestly, looking at my team, I didn't really have an issue with water types at all. I had plenty enough ways to deal with water typing. Lots of resists for water, and lots of ways, and like I have enough ways to hit bulky waters. That's not that big of a deal. So very happy to take. So Rotom-Mow, as you see, is no longer on the team. Rotom-Mow has become Rotom Heat. And then round 9, my final pick initially was actually Ditto. And I thought Ditto would be an interesting pick, for sure. However, I realized kind of afterwards that maybe there was better stuff I could do. And I thought to myself, like, what would be like, I think like what would be an interesting type of Pokemon to have? And I think Grafaiai is a Pokemon that won't come most weeks, but but might actually have a week, especially because it's got a normal typing. So there's a chance that it would be necessary to potentially bring into something like Spectrier, because not only is it normal type, so it can't get affected by Spectrier's ghost moves, but it's also poison type, which means that Draining Kisses will kind of bounce off of it. And it's also has stuff like Taunt, Parting Shot, and I believe it does have U-Turn. In the bottom right, some of these things are they are Scarlet Violet, but they're actually more Nat Dex. So like Defog, Rotom doesn't have Defog in this gen. So really, I just have my one Rapid Spinner in Iron Treads, but Iron Treads is really all I can kind of ask for as a Rapid Spinner. However, there will be weeks where it'll be tough to remove them because of things like having a check to having a ghost type that can check my Rapid Spinning. However, I have enough good things into that where I might not have to worry about it. But yeah, that's my 9 Pokemon team. I love Meowscarada because Meowscarada is a really strong physical attacker that can clean up fights, that can clean up battles pretty easily. With moves like Flower Trick and Knock Off, and if it needs to run an ice move, it can run Triple Axle. It has with its Protean ability, all of its moves can become stab for a turn. So like Protean Bug, U-turns can do a lot of damage to Pokemon that are weak to it. Iron Treads is a great utility Pokemon that's very physically bulky, and can definitely do some very good things with and then it's a really good rocks user, for sure. And Kyurem is just one of the best special wall breakers in Pokemon. It has very, very good coverage moves. And it's capable of wielding a number of items, which makes it very difficult to plan for. Primarina also similarly can run a lot of different sets. Its strong special attack, coupled with its Spadef, makes it really want to lean into fighting against special attackers. But you can also make it physically bulky and have it be able to deal with anything, with any type of Pokemon. But yeah, it's such a good Pokemon in my opinion. And the Necrozma is a very good Tera Captain. You can run Scarf with it. You can just run it super bulky, so it can actually take hits. And you can just change its typing, which is which makes it fantastic, not having to die to knock off and other dark moves. You can change its typing around. And overall, Necrozma is just a type of Pokemon that not many people will have switch-ins for. So I'm looking forward to running that. Clodsire, very good. It runs Toxic Spikes. It has all the hazards you can ever ask for, while also having, just being a grounded poison to soak up Toxic Spikes. It's a very good supporty Pokemon, and it also is a very good Spadef. Also has very high HP and very good special defense. Urshifu Rapid Strike, just a monster Pokemon. Very strong on the physical. Obviously very good at physical attacker. Has enough bulk on the physical defense side as well. It's got that 97 speed stat, so not quite 100, but that's okay. Urshifu Rapid Strike is also a very good Scarfer, for one thing. Rotom Heat is a very good support Pokemon. You can run it Spadef bulky, you can run it physical bulky, you can run it both. You can just invest in both of it. You can just invest in all of its bulk with its HP and just crank that up and make it so it can take almost any attack you want it to, which is fantastic. Levitator also, meaning that while I do have a little bit of weakness to ground, I'll be pretty okay. But yeah, Rotom Heat's going to be a fantastic part of this team. And lastly, Grafaiai might turn into a bit of a mascot Pokemon, but it does have 110 speed with Prankster, and it is got 95 physical attack, so it's not the worst. It's not one of the worst Pokemon you can run. But yes, this is my team for 88 goals. I'm looking forward to running this. I haven't done a Paldea Dex League since Amberflight Gaming Season 3, which was our final season of Paldex. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I will be doing my usual weekly match videos for this league, as I no longer have any other leagues to play. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and week. And I will see you next week with my video of my match against Central.